All right, we are here to uh here tonight at the Canadian Tire Motorsports Park. Sorry about that, got a little distracted. Here at the Sim Racing Unleashed Truck Series, and it's brought to you by Budget Sim Boxes. And right now we're under qualifying here to see who can put themselves on top of the board and maybe possibly bring home the win here tonight at the Canadian Tire Motorsports Park. Because this is a very tough track here on the iRacing schedule, and it should be very fun to see these guys get around here on Freaky Fast Broadcasting. So thank you guys for tuning in. What do we expect to see, Robert? And we're going right and left tonight.
What are we expecting to see tonight? I don't know, Zach. You tell me. You raced this track more than I did. I've maybe been on it once in my life.
Yeah, it's you know, the it's really one of the tracks that's like up and down, very a lot of elevation change, very technical track. Not one of the easiest roller courses in my opinion to get around, but it's very fun too. The big corner that you're going to see set a lot of these passes up that leads onto the long back straightaway here at Canadian Tire is you got like a little I'll take these words from Brian because we've Brian Johnson. He's tested here a lot with myself during Road to Pro because it's one of the tracks usually on the schedule, and we call that the corner in the very back. It's almost like two hairpin corners together, or two 90-degree corners right next to each other. We call it the square pin. So you go through the square pin and then you get out of there and you go down one of the longest straightaways, or really the longest straightaway here, and that's where you set up your passes going into the S's to set up that second lap. But this track right here, it can put on some good racing, especially because it's a lot of really easy to make mistakes. So you can gain a lot of time with someone pretty quickly. Right now, you got Brandon Hartwell on top of the board with a 1:19.77, which is a good time around here. With Hunter Hayward there in second to 1:20.23s. But really key here is going to be able to keep the tires on and keep it on track nice and smooth. So that's going to be the key most of the night. If you can keep it on track, you can do a pretty good job around this place. It's a handful, man. Like I said, up and down, just the braking zones. Some of the braking zones are downhill, uphill. That really affects how the truck handles. And really not one corner here that's very similar to the next. So you got to be prepared for each and every one. And it's pretty low grip level also. As looking at right now the track temp, we're looking at about a 95-degree track temp. So really pretty cool out here with partly cloudy, 77 degrees. So we are getting some lap times put down so far right now. Looks like Justin T. Campbell's going to put himself in the third position with Gomez fourth and Robbie Darnell fifth. Now, I know Cedric Hunter has a little bit of experience here just from running Road to Pro. He's not the greatest at this track, but I'm sure he'll be able to, put something decent down here. But I can tell you, 1:19.77 in the fixed setup is a pretty great lap around here in a fixed setup. So good job on Brandon Hartwell there with Braden Caress now putting himself with a 1:21.66. It's getting spicy there. As now Steven Leffler pops into the top five there with a 1:21.70. These guys can maybe pick up on their second lap as we got about 3 minutes and 40 seconds left here in qualifying. But yeah, Robert, most of the night is going to be keeping it on track, making no mistakes, and it should be just a one-stop race here for these guys. So we'll see how that shakes out, but I expect a lot of hard racing, and got some guys that are running pretty close lap times in practice, so I'm expecting to see a lot of these guys right on top of each other.
All right. That sounds very interesting. I can't wait to see how this all unfolds here tonight, as took me a while and us to get through over the United States line into Canada. We're up here in good old Canada, yay. Hey. How do they say that? A?
Yeah, they say A down here in these parts. A.
We'll have to ask Cedric Hunter. He's from Canada here.
He's not a fan of saying A. He's not he's not a very normal Canadian, anyways. I must say he's kind of mean. So most Canadians are pretty nice people, but he's kind of a mean guy. So he doesn't really. Well, I call him mean. He's very Yeah, he has no filter when it comes to being a Canadian. Most people you think are nice there, I guess he doesn't get enough maple syrup. I guess he'll like that one too. But
There you go. All right. Well, how's everybody doing out there? How was your weekend? We much appreciate everybody tuning in here on a Wednesday night here with us here at Freaky Fast Broadcasting with SRU, as known as Sim Racing Unleashed. So it's gonna be fun, man. Season's winding down here. Also for the trucks, you know, that's something else we need to talk about, Zach. We got the Cup cars winding down. We got the Truck Series winding down.
we really do. It's coming to the forefront. I mean, we're in December right now, so you know this is when everything gets wrapped up and put together and see who the champions are. Right now, it's going to be pretty interesting, especially going into the Roval this Sunday. I know a bunch of guys are going to be pretty excited for that and pretty nervous for that race because that's a make or break race for a lot of these gentlemen. As actually Bradley Delph now pops up to third on the board, so good lap time from Bradley. Yeah, you can really see there from third on to sixth position there. It's pretty close, only 7/10 between those guys. So I imagine we'll see those guys racing a good bit here at some point. But man, yeah, with about a minute left here, Robert, see who can bring it home. The key here is going to be the longer run pace. Yeah, putting a fast lap down here is very important. But if you can't keep the tires under you, this track can get very, very slick and very tough, especially in these downhill corners. Some of these corners, you just drop straight off a building, and it's easy to lose the truck. And if you get off into the grass, there's no grip out there. So do not get in the grass, as they say.
Just like we just seen you with Jason Adams. He just went lawn mowing.
Yeah, we did. Just seen that there. That's easy to do. Very easy to do. Get out there and get off into that grass. And it's just something you don't want to do. You know, definitely don't want to be out there as it's very low grip. As Jason Adams still out here putting a qualifying lap down. This 24. A little bit of trouble there coming out of the square pin, as I like to call it, and it's slick there, man. It's real slick putting the power down right there, and that's the key there. You got to get down to really in first gear really there to get the power off, and it's tough.
All right. Well, it looks like qualifying is over. Cedric Hunter tried to go out there and get something down, but he was just a little bit late to the party.
A little late to the party, yes he is. And that's gonna be the end of qualifying there. So we got our starting grid here for tonight at Canadian Tire Motorsports Park with the Sim Racing Unleashed Truck Series. Here is Brandon Hartwell is bringing it home on the pole. There with Hunter Hayward in the second position. Bradley Delph is going to start third, followed alongside by Justin T. Campbell in the 8-1-12. Fifth is going to go to Braden Caress with six being Steven Leffler. Seventh is Gomez. Eighth, Robbie Darnell. Ninth, Jason Adams. 10th is Cedric Hunter, and rounding out your field in the 11th position will be Buzz in the 51 machine, as these guys go to battle here in the good old Canadian Tire, as they say.
How many laps do we have in here tonight, sir?
45.
45.
So
how long do you think they can go on? Looking at short pitting, no, halfway, or what are we looking at on fuel for everybody to know out there?
Most guys that pit window open around 20.
20.
I know you can go right around 30 here. Laps on fuel. So the big thing with that is just going to be now is pitting a little bit early to get that undercut, because the tires should even out at some point, and you should be able to run a pretty similar lap time if you can keep good care of them. But I imagine most guys will come around 22, 23, to kind of split it in half there to get that best strategy. But I think around 20 is when you'll see those first pit stops definitely happen.
Oh my goodness, we got Brandon Colley out there on Facebook chat, being a smart Alex.
He's out there talking about a border check. Well, Cedric would make it through, but I don't know about these other guys. But man, as they come off the grid and they're starting to roll, see who can bring home that victory here tonight. I tell you what, it's gonna be tough to beat Hartwell. I know Hunter Hayward, very very good road course racer also. So I think those two are going to have quite the duel. See if Bradley Delfer, Justin McCampbell, Braden Caress, or Stephen Leffler can get in there, as they're not too far off. So we'll see what happens, and anything can happen to this place. You know, I've seen people dominate road course races, make one fatal mistake, and that's the end of your night here. So you lose a bunch of time. There is no yellows to get yourself caught back up.
All right. It's going to be a long pace lap here, so
Oh yeah, it will be.
we'll just
Luckily, they only got to do one.
so we wait for them to roll around here. All right.
Be a heck of a race. It's gonna come down to who makes the least amount of mistakes here. As I said earlier, just mistakes can happen at road courses, and usually the guy that makes the least, as the most consistent, is your winner at a road course. So we'll see how these guys get around this place here early and often. But I just want to see how the pace is as the run goes along, especially too. It's easy to run one quick lap. Can you run multiple quick laps back to back to back? That's the question. We'll have to see as these guys are coming down to the final set of corners here before we get this all kicked off at Canadian Tire Motorsports Park. Here they go through the final two corners here to get us all kicked off here at Canadian Tire. Brandon Hartwell sees the green flag in the air, and Hartwell leads us down to turn one. He's got Hunter Hayward directly beside him as they race side by side down into turn one. Can Hayward make the outside work? Because tell you what, this outside line might be able to get a little bit of rolling speed, and he'll have the inside line going into the next. Here's the key. Don't overdrive this and take down the outside. Hartwell backs it up. Hunter Hayward overdrives the center. Lets Hartwell get back to the inside of him. But here they're going to go to the inside of the next corner. Hayward will have that positioning, but I think the outside line might prevail here as the power off down on the outside. No, he will not. Hayward to the front. Hunter Hayward taking the lead.
What a power move through that first couple of turns there. That was awesome side-by-side battling from them gentlemen.
It really was, and you know that was smart on Hartwell's part to see Hayward to the inside, and it's easy to overdrive it, almost like Hayward did there, and wash up in that downhill corner, and that could have been disastrous if Hartwell would have tried to stick it on the outside there. And oh, good run out of the square pin. Hayward blocks it here early. Wow, throwing a little bit of block, saying I need to keep this track position as we go down to the S's here. And get this all kicked off. Man, Hayward doing a good job through, but Hartwell sideways. Hartwell going to spin it. And I tell you what, that's something Hayward likes to see. That is his main competition here tonight. And now Hartwell has spun this thing, and he's gone all the way back almost to last place. He got passed by Leffler. Looks like the only guys who did not pass him is Darnell and Jason Adams. So all the way back to next to last almost there through the first lap. And Hunter Hayward there with already a nice sizable gap of 1.3 seconds here as we start this second lap of this race. That was critical right there, man.
Yeah, you just talked about it in pre-race talk that, you don't want one little mistake and then you can fall in the back end. It's going to be hard to rebound with no yellows. And we just happened to see that, unfortunately, there for Hartwell. He spun it out, and who was that? Campbell. Yeah, Campbell, man, he almost lost it too. Sorry, a new number, new name. Gotta get used to that.
Yeah, easy to lose out of that square pin. That square pin is very, very tough corner. It sets up this long straightaway, which is very critical, in my opinion. And I tell you what, man. That was definitely interesting to see Hartwell spin that thing there. We're going to have to watch his progress back through here, Robert, as these guys battle with Bradley Delf all the way back to Justin T. Campbell with Braden Caress there. And Cedric Hunter already up into the top 5 from 10th. So he had a great first lap to be able to crack into the top 5 and get 5 positions up. It'll be interesting to see what type of pace he has here at the Canadian Tire Motorsport Park.
Beautiful scenery around here.
Oh, yeah. Very beautiful. Yeah, Canada's got some of the most beautiful scenery in the world. It definitely does. And, you can see it definitely around this racetrack, just, up and down the hills. And it is one of my favorite places to run laps at just because it's so up and down. That just gives it that interesting feeling that most tracks do not have. As looks like Hartwell has got past Gomez to move himself up into seventh, but he is now directly behind Steven Leffler. And see if he can get by Steven Leffler here as he's starting to put a little bit of pressure on Leffler there for that sixth position. And yeah, it's going to be critical for Hartwell. He's now 9.3 seconds back from the lead. I'm going to tell you right now, Robert, this race isn't over for him. If he has the pace on the long runs, he can run 9.36 down on a road course. It can happen because Hayward's not out of the clear yet. He has to be mistake-free as actually Hartwell makes the pass on Steven Leffler now to move up into the sixth position. And I tell you what, that's it's going to be critical.
Oh,
Not big mistakes. Campbell almost made a big mistake there. He slid it pretty hard.
and that's right around the area that Hartwell spun out too. So I wonder if something's going on in that section there.
It's very easy to do, but I tell you what, looking at the lap times right now, Rob, don't want to call this too early because we'll see. This is just something we want to see. But Hayward out here, one of the 121.8. That matches Campbell with the 121.8. 122.1 for Brad Delph, 122.95 for Brady Chris. But Cedric Hunter just ran a 120.9. He's a second faster than anybody on this racetrack in the first lap 3 there. So this number 11, he should be able to. I mean, you can see it. He's getting into the picture now with these top 3. How quick can he get around them, and how can his pace keep up? I know I talked to him before race as he is my teammate, and he was telling me that he hadn't done no practice. Is that Cedric MO don't do practice to go out there and race. And he said he'd probably wreck, but I tell you what, for a 120.9 there on your third lap of the race, I'm pretty sure he's pretty happy with that. We'll have to see what Hartwell can do now that he's in clean air too. But Cedric's going to have to get through these guys pretty quickly if he wants to have a shot at this win. I see him going off the final corner. That final corner is very tough to put the power down too.
Yeah, it's
So 121.89 to Hunter Hayward's 121.6. So did lose 2/10 there that time. So not the best pace from him. Behind him, Hartwell is a 121.48. So Hartwell about 4/10 quicker than Cedric Hunter right there. He is closing in on these guys. It will get tougher, and it's easy to make mistakes around this place. Lose tenths of a second. So we'll have to see. As man, look at Campbell. He's sliding that thing, Robert.
he's been doing that the past 2 laps there, Zach.
He's real loose right here down this downhill. It's sketchy. That is so sketchy, man. That downhill turn right there will really hurt you. And this is the key, though. This is where you make passes. Look at Brad Dale putting it to the inside there. He couldn't get on the gas, though, because he would have ran that 912 over. Or the 812, sorry.
Well, I'll tell you what, Campbell, he keeps doing that. Them rear tires are going to get really mad at him very, very fast.
Oh, it will not be fun if you continue to do that over and over and over. You won't be able to probably make it to the pit stop. Because, look, Campbell pushes wide here. Ooh, that sets him up for the next corner. But, man, that was a little sketchy. I see Brad there just lurking.
I think he's waiting for him to mess up. Oh, why not? I mean, the way he's been running the past 3 laps, if I was behind, I'd be like, you know what? I'll chill here for a little bit. I think maybe he will, take that forward and spin it around, and I can just, going on right by him. I saved my tires. I didn't fight him. I didn't battle him. Even though Campbell is pulling away from him a little bit now.
Yeah, he does a good job when he doesn't slide. If he doesn't get, sliding around, he's fine. As Cedric Hunter now coming into the picture on Brady Perez. But I tell you what, last time by, Hartwell was about the fastest car by about a whole second. That last time by almost about 7/10 quicker than Cedric Hunter. But from our leader, he was a second faster. And Campbell,
there it
right there,
is.
he loses it.
There's
The rest
another
loses
one.
it too. Wow, and Cedric Hunter dodges both of them.
What the?
Wow.
Oh, look out.
Leffler comes through too. Oh, the 812 and the 91 both spinning there. And I'm telling you, that's why that corner is so tough. You get in the low gear in the first, and you just want to mat the gas, but it will light the rear tires up, and that's something you cannot do. As Man, I tell you what, that helped Hartwell as he was able to get through that pretty quickly there, and he gained a lot of time with Cedric Hunter even too. So going to be interested to see now that Brad Delph up into the second position with Cedric Hunter up the third now, and Hartwell already back to that top 4 position there.
Yeah, and Brad Delph last week had a great run.
He did.
Finished up in the top 3 for Brad, so he's going to see if he can make it back to back. At least in a top 5 running, ending the season pretty strong there for that 14 truck.
Yeah, looking stronger as the year has gone on for sure. Cedric Hunter had a pretty big slide there coming off of turn 1. He had to hang on to that thing. But I'll tell you what, that was definitely not helpful for Cedric Hunter. That slowed him down. Give had him check out for this guy spinning in front of him, but no damage. That's the big key he needs to keep on his in his eyes is I didn't mess up and hit nothing. So I did a good job of that. And we'll see if he can run down the 14. But Hunter Hayward doing a good job right now, pacing himself at a 122 flat. But Hartwell, again, 122.66 last time by. That's about 4/10. If he continues to do that lap after lap in this race, he will catch Hunter Hayward at some point.
Well, we always say in racing, and everybody knows that falls racing or just racing in general, catching somebody's the easy part. Passing them is the hard part.
Oh, that's for sure. When he catches Cedric, I think at some point he will catch Cedric here. That's going to be the critical spot for his race. He's got to get around Cedric very quickly, as Cedric runs a 122.7 there to Hartwell's 122.6. So only a 10th faster than Cedric Hunter. So that's where it gets difficult. Very, very difficult. And they both ran about a second quicker than our leaders. So these two, it could possibly come down to these two for the win. So that's what Cedric Hunter's got to keep in mind. I can't let Hartwell get by me because this could be the guy I'm actually racing for the win, as they're trying to run down Hunter Hayward and Brad Delph.
Yeah, well, Hunter could also just be saving some of his stuff now. He's,
it should
for a second. Yeah, I mean, I would start saving on tires, save my fuel, and try to get that thing to go as far as you can, Yeah, to a point. You don't want to go to, whoa, Cedric, hang on to it. But you don't want to go too far there, Zach, because then newer tires versus older tires will hurt you, especially at a track as long as this is, and trying to catch back up towards the end of the race. You just wouldn't have enough of time.
It really will. It'll be critical to see how it all plays out here. But yeah, Hayward, if I'm in Hayward's position, you got to pace yourself. You're pulling away from second. Yeah, the guys in third and fourth may be catching you. He doesn't need to pay attention to that, though. He really needs to just pace himself. And, but you can't go too slow either, because you can't let these guys catch up. So I'll have to continue to see what the pace is like, as that time he gained about 2/10 on Cedric, and he lost about 3 to Hartwell. So continuing Hartwell running really, really good laps, but it's going to come down to how fast Hartwell can get by Cedric Hunter and Brad Delph. Cedric's about second back, and so is about Hartwell from Cedric. This battle here is going to heat up at any moment. But good pace from all these guys out front right now. Even Steven Leffler up into 5th now, as I think he had an issue on the first lap. He's back up to 5th there. He's about 13 seconds back from the lead, but he was able to get by Caress and Campbell. As Campbell, I believe, he's took it behind the wall. As I think, and he had Cedric Hunter and Hartwell spin. Oh no! They both did the same thing. They both stuck the tires off in the dirt, Robert. Wow. What? Oh, what a mistake. That is, oh no. You'll see here as they go down. Like I said, this is so deep, hard. You're going down here, braking hard. You want to carry speed up that hill, and then you wash a little wide to the dirt. Look what Hartwell did this same exact thing. Both of them. And if you put that tire off in the dirt, you're going around. And they already were losing the rear. Man, oh man, both of them. Wow. And that drops both them behind Steven Leffler. So that puts them way back, 17 seconds from the leader. These two now from Hayward. Hayward just needs to be smooth now. He is looking very comfortable with this race right now. He just has to be out here nice and smooth, nothing too aggressive. It's very easy to ask for too much when you're out here leading sometimes and make the simple mistakes that you cannot let happen. Hayward looking to win this thing, that would be very special for him because I know he puts a lot of work into the road courses and stuff. That was intense, Robert.
Yeah, it was. That was something else. Going back and watching that replay there,
Oh,
but now,
spins
oh jeez,
out of the same corner.
I think they just need to put speedy grip down there or something. That turn is starting to get everybody, like you said.
Yeah, well, the thing is, it's up, so you go downhill the corner before, then it's in the braking zone, you go uphill. And since we're riding on board here with Hunter Hayward for a lap, let's see what it looks like exactly there for Hunter as he goes down towards this corner. As you see, he'll go down the hill here, really big drop. And you'll see it goes out here wide. You want to keep it nice and tight here on the exit here, pull it up to the curb, come back to the left for this right-hander here. Get it nice to that curb, nice and easy on the power, very easy to spin the tires on that uphill section right there. Now you're coming up out of that corner. This is where the guys been having trouble. You come down to this downhill left here. Very tough. Car really wants to brake out sideways. Then hard on the brakes downhill. Then you're uphill at the apex. And then you got to let the car go out wide because you're setting up for the next hairpin. And you're on the brakes there. So a lot of times you lose the rear when you're turning the wheel like that on the brakes. So it's very easy to lose the rear end there and wash wide, trying to let that brake power out so you don't spin it anyways, and then you go out to the dirt and spin it anyways. So that corner is the most technical corner around this racetrack, and is the key to getting around here.
And it looks like we had Braden Caress crash again, went off track.
Yeah.
Now back on track. I was just riding with Hunter here. I was also just keeping an eye on his gearing, what he's doing. Like, he's running in second right now, and watching what kind of gearing he has.
Yeah, you see those little moments right there. Coming out of that last corner, very tough.
And it seems like there's two parts of the track. So one that downhill and back up, and then up over that you said there, Zach. And then they're going to the start-finish line. Just seems to be the two areas that these guys are struggling. Right now it looks like Hunter's got it down, but everybody else just seems to be struggling right there.
Yeah, they definitely do. Looks like Hayward now with about a 6.7 second lead here. He's got a great lead. Cedric Hunter now, he's rebounded to third after getting by Leffler, and Leffler spun in that same corner. He's actually somewhat pulled away from Hartwell. He was about a half a second quicker than Hartwell last time by, so not sure if those two spins have helped Hartwell's rear tires. He's probably feeling the effects of some pretty hurt rear tires there. Now the question is, Robert, these guys got a big lead, but that shows you how one mistake can lead to how big a lead Hunter Hayward has. Hunter Hayward makes those mistakes. These guys can be right back in the picture on the second part of the run. So in road course racing, yeah, we're 12 laps in and they got a big lead, but that's a lot of time to make mistakes. This place is so technical. You really, it's a work of art getting around here with your footwork and your just, left to right, braking, cutting the power down. It's very, very tough. And a lot of this track, like Collie says out in the chat even too, a lot of this track, it's got off corner, like the corners are off camber, so they kind of fall away from you. And then also they're blind, a lot of them. You can't really see ahead of you until you get there.
Right.
And that makes it tough. You got to know where you're at and just keep that same muscle memory down as Cedric and Hartwell right now pacing actually, again, the fastest times. It's just those mistakes. The mistakes, man. If they didn't make the mistakes, they would have been past Brad and possibly starting to put a little pressure on Hunter as they would see him possibly closing in. But Hunter Hayward, he's been mistake-free, and that's the key. Look back here at Stephen Leffler running in the 5th position. Got his mom out in chat wishing him good luck.
That's what I was just ready to say. We got fans out there.
Yeah, we do. And Leffler doing a good job here. Had that little mistake, bobble, but he's got a pretty sizable gap on Caress, about 10 seconds. So really good job for him in 5th right now, hanging on to that. He's got a good ways till, for Hartwell and these guys ahead of him. But you never know with a mistake. One mistake here, and you can blow the engine because there's a lot of walls and barriers right beside the track. Not a lot of place to make mistakes here, really.
Yeah, if you go off track and hit the walls, you're in trouble. Even though I do think they got one fast repair, but that's not even going to come into play. I mean, this track is so big.
Yeah, if you don't if you have to take a fast repair and you got if your truck's that hurt, you're gonna lose so much time.
Yeah. What is that noise?
The noise.
You don't hear that?
No.
You don't hear doo 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 doo. Chat, did you hear that, or am I going nuts? Hold on a minute. Let me see. It's right at the start-finish line.
It could possibly be the pits. I wonder
Okay,
if anybody entered the pit road there, because if someone entered pits road, I know sometimes they will have a sound that alerts people that they're coming down pit road.
It's something. It's weird because it's like all I hear is doo 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 doo. Every once in a while, not all the time, but every once in a while. I don't know. If I hear it again, I'll let you know. If you're not hearing it, then chat's probably not hearing it.
Very possible. We'll have to see. Pit road entry dings. Yeah, he said let's pit road. Yeah, people on pit road know there's traffic. Yeah, exactly. So Kali is hearing it out there too. So in chat.
Oh, good. Man, I'm not going nuts.
Yeah,
It's like,
like
what?
you said, it goes off so it lets people know, hey, there's people coming down pit road. Because a lot of times in road course racing, you'll have people walking across the pit road to the engineers' boxes across the thing, and just a lot of stuff going on road course pit roads that it lets you know, hey, there's a car entering the pit. So better watch out.
Well, that's still stupid if you ask me. I wouldn't be out there even with a car entering pit road.
Yeah.
Sorry, that's just the way I feel. That's asking for trouble.
Well, a lot of times in these GT races and stuff, sometimes they do around here, like you got a lot of stuff going on. They put engineer boxes sometimes at the end of pits road and stuff. And you walk across from the garage to there. A lot of stuff like that happens sometimes. I know in Formula One, especially their engineers have boxes literally on the pit wall,
Right.
and then they walk across to the garage every now and then. They have alert systems too that lets people know when a car is entering near pit road. So it's a pretty common thing on road courses.
Okay. Well, let's hope NASCAR don't put that in.
Yeah, I don't think NASCAR they're gonna let too many people walk around on pit road.
Well, just even have that stupid noise. That's annoying. Anyways, that's just my rant for the day. How's everybody doing?
Well, I'll tell you what, Robert. Hartwell and Hunter, I should say Cedric Hunter. Sorry about that. Brandon Hartwell and Cedric Hunter. They've got the gap down now to 14 seconds. Their pace is really good. They just made that major mistake. Hayward out here just running his own laps right now, but I'm not sure if he's struggling with the tires or what, because his times are really starting to fall off. 1:23.42. That's a sizable gap back to Cedric at a 1:23.65. It's almost a whole second. And like I said, there's more than 14 laps to go in this race. So if they keep a pace up about a second and a half faster than them, they will catch the 21 again. It's just they can't make a mistake.
Yeah.
So Hayward does need to personally pick up the pace just a little bit, especially even Delpha caught him almost last time and caught him a little bit this lap even too. So we'll have to see if maybe his tires are starting to hit a pretty bad cliff here. I mean, we're not even halfway yet.
Oh, right in front of the leader, Jason Adams spun it.
That'll make you have a heart attack.
I bet Hunter said, "Oh my goodness."
That's where you take the deep breath moments. Oh.
Let's go high and wide here, Zach, and let's see the beautiful scenery up here in Canada, like we were talking about earlier. Looking for some deer. There's got to be some deer around here somewhere.
I'm sure there is somewhere in those woods.
Yeah, I'm looking. I don't see any. I do see where a nice log cabin could go. Well,
Yeah.
wouldn't that be nice? Log cabin at a racetrack like this?
Oh yeah.
Campfire at night, race going on at night, GT cars at nighttime. Do they run here at night?
They can.
I figured
They
they
have.
could. I didn't know if they have. So you're saying they haven't?
They have here, and I know GT cars because they have lights on the car.
Right. So
So
they have raced here at
yeah,
nighttime. Oh,
I
that's
believe so. Yeah, in some
that'd be
areas.
cool, man. Can you imagine sitting back, drinking some beer, having some hamburgers,
That would be that would.
marshmallows, s'mores, at a log cabin, watching a race?
Right. Pretty fun.
Wow, pretty
Pretty good little
fun.
time.
That wouldn't be cool. That'd be like I'd have all my friends over.
Well, while all that's happening, I tell you what, Cedric Hunter and Hartwell continue their charge forward. Um, Cedric's under 12 seconds now. That's actually pretty crazy to think about because they were up to almost 18 seconds behind. That means he gained a sizable amount here and spun, so the tires weren't the greatest. Personally, even before this pit stops happens, you can see Bradley Delph, be within range of Cedric Hunter here as he passes by Robbie Darnell there in the 44.
Hey, you can see right there on the skirts.
Yep.
They're coming. So Bradley, in the next couple laps, hopefully he can make it to the pit stops and get some fresh rubber on there. But these guys, Cedric Hunter and Brandon Hartwell, they're running faster on older tires too. Well, maybe about the same what Bradley's doing, but they just got a good pace going.
They really do.
Now, I'm sure they hurt their tires a little bit out there, Zach, spinning it out and spinning it around, but I still don't think it was too much of a damage that would hurt their tires to a difference that they wouldn't be able to catch Brad.
Yeah, I think Hartwell's tires are hurt. Hartwell 123.69 that time. His slowest lap without a mistake of this race, without spinning at least. So
I wish I had an average. I wonder if we can get an average of what they're running, like an average of 5 laps on our
Right.
software. I'm gonna talk to the software developers and see if we can get an average, because I'd really like to see like what Cedric Hunter's 5-lap average is in speed.
right, the last 5. That would be
Yeah,
pretty-
something. Yeah.
Yeah, it can let you see at least how much he's gained. If he's averaging a couple tenths each lap, then you know how much he's going to gain over the 5 laps. So it's definitely interesting. I mean, Hayward there was able to bring it back to a 22.3 flat to Cedric Hunter's 22.5. So it was a half a second there. Cedric did have a little trouble getting around Darnell there. He had a little bit of a loose condition trying to pass him, so that didn't help him the most. But we'll see what Hayward runs this time. Let's see, he runs a 22.46. Darnell coming this time, or not, sorry, not Darnell. Brad Delph here coming this time. He'll run a 23.39. So Delph took out about a tenth out of leader. Cedric Hunter there 23.29. So he took about 2 tenths out of leader there as he is now 3 seconds behind Brad Delph and 11.7 seconds behind the leader. I tell you what, I mean, he's almost gained in this race up to 10 seconds on our leader. So if he can get in the pit window and be within 10 seconds, he could run him down by the end of this thing. I'm not saying it's going to happen because that would just take him running literally perfect laps. And this is coming from a teammate now. Cedric is not the greatest road course racer, especially when it comes to consistency in the stock car. You put him in a GT car where it has a lot of grip, he's actually very talented. At hitting his marks when he has grip, but he's gotten a lot better. That's the thing. Like his ability in road courses on the stock car side of things has really grown tremendously, and I'm kind of proud of him for making that better on his side of things because I know it's something he struggled with before.
Brandon's mocking the PNG tree border.
He doesn't like the PNGs.
What? The difference between Hinter and Hayward.
Oh, I heard pit road.
I'm just looking at Brandon Caldwell's. He's talking Hinter out there. He's running faster than Hunter. Wait, but Oh, Cedric's in pit road.
I think this is the call of the race.
20.
Windows Hayward. If Hayward waits too long, in my opinion, it's going to be interesting because he ran a 24:50 last time by Robert. A 24:50. He personally, Cedric Hunter was running 22 and a half there at the end of the run. They got into the
2
22 and a
seconds.
half by 5 laps in. So really, if Cedric can get a good gap here build up and gain on the leader, oh no, oh, he about spun it. As we got Cedric on the cold tires, he about lost it going downhill. He's just gotta be nice and smooth here. And man, I'm telling you what, this could be interesting now. I like the call on the number 11 side. Windows the 21 pit. I think he's kind of blinded by the fact that how big lead he's got, and can't see how fast these guys are catching him.
I was gonna say
He's
I
gonna
would have
stay out here
pitted.
for laps.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's
I
good.
would have went that time by.
Yeah, Cedric really seeing the tires evening out and running similar lap times over and over and over again. So he took the chance and said, "I'm coming down, give me some clean racetrack," and he's going to try to run these guys down. Wow, even Hartwell down to 122.90s there last time by. Leader was a 123.90. So if Hartwell's 12 and a half seconds back, Cedric, I'm telling you, and Delph is brought it down to 6.7 seconds. Hayward is struggling right now on the older tires.
Yeah. You
This
can
could
just see it.
be interesting.
That, and he's starting to hit them rumble strips harder and harder and harder.
Oh,
Oh,
and he
man,
bounced
you're right. Yep.
Yeah, he's knowing what caused that right there. He missed the apex. He's overdoing that entry there, and he's shooting wide. And when you get wide there, you put more wheel to turn the car, try to put the power down where you normally would, and that's when the rear tires are going to spin. It's all about hitting your marks. Hunter Hayward here making showing a few cracks in the game here for this 21. As see when he hits pit road here, he declines to hit pit road again.
Mm.
I'm thinking that's a mistake personally. I'm gonna see if Hartwell or Delph hits or if Delph stays out too. I think these guys are gonna try to do the halfway thing, but they got to keep in mind it doesn't really come down to your tires. It's really you got to just be smooth at the end of the runs, and you'll run the
Right.
same lap times over and over and over again. And that's something I'm not seeing. And even Hayward, a 124 flat, a 124. I'm telling you, if he doesn't hit pit road next time, Cedric could even be in front of him by the next time he pits. As Cedric's gonna be coming around to complete his first lap on new tires, see what kind of lap time he puts down. As he puts down a 121.3, so he is
Wow.
about 3 seconds a lap quicker right now, and it should get even faster than that. That's the thing. I have to see when Hayward decides. I mean, this would be the point because it's 20. You know, they're on lap 23 is 23 to go. If he pits now, he'll have 22 to go.
Right.
And he'll be able to run less laps on his tires than this run. If he doesn't pit this time, I think it's a huge mistake on his part, personally.
Yep. Yeah, he needs pit road now.
We'll see if he comes this time here. No mistakes either in pit road. Cannot make mistakes. He's electing not to. I'm questioning that.
Yeah.
Big time. I know he wants to have fresher tires at the end of the run, but the times he's running right now, 123.2s, it's just coming down to how he hits his marks. It's not coming down to the tires. It really is all about how you manage your mistakes once you get past lap 10. It's not really the tire wear; it's the tire temp.
You see, Brad called that in just perfectly. He now
Yeah.
entered pit road like we thought Hunter would, but
Yeah, this is interesting calls from him. We'll see what Cedric Hunter runs again this time. I'm checking, and he runs a 122.4. So yeah, that's 2 seconds a lap quicker. He's gaining.
So in 2 laps, he cut off 5 seconds.
Yes.
Wow.
And the thing is, Cedric Hunter's long run pace was very good, and you got into the long run pace about 5 to 6 laps after your new tires. So Hayward should be able to put a little bit of a gap on Cedric after he pits with the new tires. But at that point, I think it falls back into Cedric Hunter's hand because he's just had better long run pace.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, all could get very, very interesting. It's gonna come down to Hayward, really hitting his mark as he is on pit road this time.
That, and he can't mess up on pit road either. I mean, you got to enter it nice, you got to make your pit stop nice, and you got to exit without getting caught, with any mistakes.
We'll have to see where Cedric Hunter comes out in comparison. And that is the big thing. Is Hartwell continues on. He takes the lead back. Hartwell, I think, is just going to stretch it long here and try to see what he can do with the short run at the end. But
yeah, he has nothing to lose.
Yeah, he really doesn't. I think he's trying to set up for maybe. Yeah, he did take both sides or both sides. Cedric Hunter's going to come out in front, I think, or right behind him. He's directly behind him. He's on the back bumper. Look at this side by side going down here. Ooh, that's a dangerous spot. And oh, look, they both go wide because of that. Oh man, what do you know? You can't do that.
They're both mowing.
Oh, that's a huge mistake on both their parts here. Now side by side down in here.
That was Cedric's shot right there to get way ahead of Hunter.
Yeah. And now they're side by side again.
Old tires versus new tires.
Gotta be careful through this point right here.
Oh, love tapping. Chevy against Ford.
Side by side down. Oh man.
Oh.
I think right here, Cedric needs to just settle in. He has newer tires in front of you. You gotta settle in, and you know how good your long run pace is. It should come back to you at some point here. You just gotta let him go out here and run his tires down. And Hayward's got pressure now. The thing is with Hayward, does he make a mistake?
Yeah, well, that's it.
Okay, he drove it in so deep. He's made a mistake. Huge mistake.
Yep.
Huge mistake for Hartwell. Yeah, yeah.
He was into the wall.
Cedric did it to him. Cedric pushed him into that mistake. That was Cedric's pressure. And that's game over for Hayward.
Yep. The track didn't get him. The tires didn't get him. The pressure mounted too much, and unfortunately got that 21 of Hunter, as he is his race is done, unfortunately, for the win. So he can see if he can rebound back.
He's probably going to have to pit with all that damage too. I would not be surprised if you see the temperature skyrocket as he goes.
That thing's not. Yeah, he's got no front end damage. I mean, he's got no air.
He's going to be struggling now, guys. That's the thing. Cedric knew if he ducked out right there and stuck his nose that Hayward would overdrive it. He knew that was A-class driving by the 11. A-class. That is exactly the type of pressure you try to put on when you're trying to pass someone at a road course.
Yep.
And the thing with Hayward, he needs to think is if he would have just backed the corner up, he had fresher tires. He can get by Cedric. He just needed to be more patient. I think he got a little too worried, as now you see him trying to make the pass here on Leffler too. But I'm telling you that you're putting yourself in a bad situation by overdriving. No reason to overdrive, and they both did it in that one corner, which lost them both a bunch of time. It's going to be interesting to see where Hartwell goes out compared to these guys. Is he's continuing on. That's the only reason why I'm kind of concerned for Hartwell continuing on is the times really do even out once you get to like a 123, 122. So he's at some point he's given up so much time to Cedric right now, running a 121.6. Even that mistake from Cedric is not going to be a huge problem for him personally. But we'll see. I mean, this is going to be interesting with 19 to go. I feel for Hunter Hayward, but you gotta be calm. You can't let someone rattle you by looking to the inside.
Yeah. Oh, that's road racing for you. See it in sim, and we see it in real life. You know, you're pressuring. And you know, Hunter probably did a lot of, overdrove the corner, as we all know, but he probably did a lot of rear view mirror driving. A lot. And probably just missed his entrance, where he needed to enter at. And he was off his line, which throws you off too. So you got four things going against you, trying to, stay in the front and battle for the front.
And here comes Hartwell for his pit. And that number 5, he'll come into the box as Cedric goes into the last and final corner. Cedric should have about a 12 to 13 second lead, I believe, by the time Hartwell gets out of pit road. So that's a sizable gap that Hartwell's gonna have to run down. He can do it. He can very well do it. But
Well, we
it's
know Hartwell was
tough.
fast.
Yes, he
We've
was.
seen Cedric in 2 laps knock 5 seconds off. Fresh tires. Can Hartwell knock 5 seconds off within 2 laps? And it's possibility he could have, 5 seconds and then say 3 seconds. Yeah, I mean, it could get down to 7 to go, maybe 6 to go if he runs a clean race. And that's going to be the key. No mistakes at all.
Oh, and Jason Adams spun out right in front of the leaders there. Cedric is able to navigate by him. But I'd say what? 22-1 for Cedric last time by. Brad Delph, 22 flat, not too far behind.
Braden Kress puts down the
Yeah.
fastest lap of a 1:20.6.
Wow. Yeah. In sixth place right now, 55 seconds behind leader Cedric. Or actually, it will be less next time he comes back because the lead should transfer over to Cedric. But we'll see how far Hartwell's back. Hartwell's really not a crazy amount back. If Cedric makes a mistake, which we've seen him do, 121.9 there for Cedric. Let's see what Hartwell comes around here. Actually, this will be his first lap out of pit, so we'll see the gap at least. I believe it's around 12 seconds here. It'll be about 11 and a half as he crosses the line. 11.3 seconds he needs to make up with 17 to go. Means he needs to be around.
And never mind.
Simple mistakes. And here comes Hayward back by. Just little mistakes, pushing too hard, getting too far on the exit curve there. And yeah, the one thing I can stress hardest to drivers when I try to help them with road courses, as this is probably, I'd say my best point as a driver is on a road course in a stock car. The one thing I try to stress to them is you can't make mistakes. If you push too hard, you always make a mistake. Always drive to your limit, and yeah, it just leads to things that you can control staying in your grasps. And I mean, personally, I'm just, it's so easy to do. It's really so easy to do and push that a little bit too hard. But that's the one thing I try to stress to people is, yeah, you can be fast, run a fast lap, but if you make mistakes, I don't care who you are, road course, you're not going to win.
Yeah, very well said.
As now Cedric Hunter crosses the line with about a 3.2 second lead, so he's starting to stretch his legs a little bit on Brad Delph there. And that's the thing we see with Cedric, his pace. Once he got in the 122s, he kind of just stayed there. So he's kind of already hit his plateau. So these other guys are going to have to run him down now with Hunter Hayward 16 seconds back in third. Brandon Hartwell 16 seconds. Hayward's running a 123.2 already with all that damage. Hartwell last time by a 127, of course, because that spin out, he's going to be on the, it's going to be a hard race in here between the 21 and the 5 as they go down the hill into turn 3. It's going to be the battle for the podium spot, and I think that's about all these guys will get. Maybe catch Brad. Brad's got such a good lead. Brad's done such a good job of not making mistakes.
He might not be the fast, but it goes back to what you just said.
Exactly.
He's not making mistakes.
You can see there, Hayward actually pulls a little bit on Hartwell through there. So Hartwell not going to have the easiest time to get by Hayward here either, as he's already had that spin on the tires. So I tell you what, if the 19, or not 19, sorry about the 11 of Cedric Hunter can stay nice and smooth throughout the rest of this race, I think he has this win pretty well put together with his pace, especially on the longer runs. Let's see what Bradley Delph there runs this time. Actually, Brad Delph pretty much matched his lap times a little bit quicker, so Brad's definitely keeping the pressure on him. That's a good job by Brad. Here's right on the back bumper, or the front bumper of Hartwell. He's trying his best to get around Hayward here, as they run about a 122.3, so matching all 4 guys up front, matching time. Oh, look to the inside here. What a move, making that stick.
Oh, that was a power move there.
That it was, as they go down turn 2, towards turn 3. Here comes Hayward back. And it's got to be frustrating in that 21's position right now. He's just seen this race slowly slip away from him after such a great start.
Yeah, that damage is now going to catch up to him. By the end of the race, that thing's going to be hurting.
Yeah, it's tough, man. I mean, I feel for him because he had such a big lead. Oh, and he almost gets into Hartwell there. A little bit of fun racing there between those two. Is Cedric's got about a whole straightaway lead now on these two guys here. That whole straightaway Cedric has on top of him. I tell you what, that's frustrating for being a driver. You know how fast you two are, and just the mistakes you guys made are going to come back to push you in these positions here.
Well, the trend can't keep going. We got 14 to go. We have no yellows here at this track here tonight, so that's okay. We'll have Zach Attack's yellow trend starting next Monday with Evolution Racing as they go to Michigan. So we won't be live the rest of this week. We're off good old Thursday, off Friday, off Saturday. Oh, wait, and then we go to Sunday. Wait, but they don't have no yellows.
Yeah.
That's a road course, so it will be Monday.
Yep, till we get yellows.
Till we get a yellow on lap 15.
Or 15 to go.
Or 15 to go, true. Just
And
remember,
also
Zach Attack. Hashtag Zach Attack out there, everybody on Facebook. Let's get a hashtag going on Facebook.
Yeah, I don't want the curse to become any more.
Well, it's already a curse. It's been a curse for a whole year. You can't get rid of it now, buddy. You weren't worrying about it for 9 months. All of a sudden last week, Monday, I say about Zach Attack, and all of a sudden now you want to worry about it.
Yeah, well, I'm sorry.
Well, okay.
I tell you what, Brad Delph not letting Cedric Hunter get away. It's been a 3-second lead for pretty much the last 5 or 6 laps. Brad does have fresher tires, but you know, Brad's doing a great job. Like you said too, Robert. Like I said, he just hasn't made mistakes in 14. If he comes home with the top 3 here tonight, or possibly a win, it's because of that. As he gets past Robbie Darnell here in the 44. Oh, the 44.
And all Cedric has to do is mess up one time, and Brad's gonna be there.
Oh yeah, one mistake. Yeah, one mistake.
And that's the thing, you know. Last week he had a great run, like we said, finished in the top 3, and maybe he can do it again. I mean, I know I seen on Discord there, Zach. He said he was out practicing, so he came prepared. Not that the other drivers haven't, but he really came prepared. He was out doing some testing and making sure he understood what this truck was going to do.
Yes, he did.
And there it is. Brandon Cawley started it. Zach Attack. I'm gonna make sure I put that in all streams. Hashtag Zach Attack.
Brandon's getting wrecked this Saturday.
Well, we won't see it. Screenshot it.
We will. But I tell you what, now the lead up to about 4.3. So Cedric that last time by 22.5 to Brad's 23.8. So Brad a little bit of mistake that last lap, but nothing detrimental. I mean, he's only 4 seconds back. Well, Hartwell last time on 122.3 to Lear's 122.5. He's 12.8 seconds back. We had 12 to go. He'd have to be 12 seconds or more than a second a lap faster each and every lap, which is going to be tough. Like right now, he is a second a lap faster, but at some point, those tires will hit a point where they're not. I tell you what, that if he wouldn't have spun, he would have been very scary for this 11. I think.
Yeah. I think, like I said, I think with about 7 to 6 laps to go, I believe he would have been on him.
As we look at Steven Leffler here running in the 6th position. He's about 7 seconds back there from Caress. So that battle for 5th, top 5 is still pretty close there. Those two guys, as they're still on the lead lap. You know, and I believe they will stay on the lead lap here with the final 12 laps. So they got 12 to go. Cedric runs a 123 flat that time by to Brad Delph's 123.89, so he continues to gap him there. But what does Hartwell run? A 121.70, so down to 11.5 seconds. He still has to be a second and more faster each lap and then make the pass also. He'll probably just run out of laps at this point, but
Mm-hmm.
I tell you what, if Cedric makes a big mistake, which he kind of did, not a huge one, he got a little loose, but if he makes anything where he goes off track, the 5 could have a good shot at getting up here and racing with this 14-11. As you ride on board here with Hartwell. He's attacking the racetrack right now.
Yeah, you can see it and hear it.
Giving her everything she's got in that Red Bull machine. He comes down this long straightaway. This straightaway is so key to setting up the lap.
And yeah, that's Bradley in front of him, ain't it? That you can see on the screen?
Yeah.
Oh. So he's got him in sight.
Yes, he does, and it's just right around 10 seconds.
Oh, yeah, I mean, he is just driving that thing. Everything it's got.
23.6 from Cedric Hunter that time by with 10 to go. See what he runs here, a 1:21.9. It's 10 to go, 9.7 seconds. If he's it's right there at the second and a lap faster point, and he was almost 2 seconds there last time by faster. So, ooh. If he can be 2 seconds a lap faster each and every lap, he catches him.
I was gonna say, he might actually catch. Like you were saying, he might literally actually catch the leader and Brad.
I think at some point his tires will hit a cliff.
When though?
I think it's within the next 5. I mean, you gotta think 10 laps is an eternity. I mean, that's still a long around a road course. So at some point, I do expect him to start to fall off. And Cedric shouldn't fall off anymore, and he did make a pretty big mistake last lap. So I don't expect the gap to be it was about 1.7 that last time by was the difference between these guys. But Cedric also has to navigate around lap traffic that's in front of him. So it's going to be interesting. That was close between Hartwell and Jason Adams. Cedric comes out of the final corner, see what he runs this time. A 1:22.6. So Cedric went a second faster than his lap before. So there, Cedric picked it up.
Yeah, he picked it up. He's like, "Oh crap, I better go."
Yeah, I mean he did really good there, and Hartwell was slower that time, 1:22.8. So right there, Cedric pulled on him. That's my thing is, yeah, like the strategy of going longer is decent, but at some point you do hit the point where the tires are just going to even out. You guys are going to run similar times, and he clipped that grass. You do that a couple more times, you will be around.
And he's aggressive on them rumble strips too.
Oh yes, he is. He's very, very aggressive. I mean, he's trying to get up here and get a second. I think unless Cedric makes a huge mistake, the win is kind of out of the window, which is a road course, so mistakes are right around the next corner just to happen. But the 14 is definitely who I think the 5 is going to shoot for here.
Yeah, the mistake could happen on the last lap on the last turn.
Very well could see that all play out here as going down through here. As you see Brad on the back bumper, Brad, you can see the number 5 starting to show up in that picture. Cedric runs a 1:23 flat there that time. Let's see what these two guys run. Brad Delph there at a 1:23.5, so about half a second slower, and a 1:22.3, so 7/10 quicker there for Brandon Hartwell over Cedric Hunter, but 7/10 or 9 seconds, 8 to go. 7/10 won't make it happen. He'll also have to race Brad. I mean, that's the key here too. He's gonna have to get by this 14.
Yeah, and you know Brad already sees this coming. I'm sure he already prepared himself for this. He's like, I know that 5's gonna catch me. What do I need to do to try to hold him back for 8 laps? I don't think he has enough in the vehicle to hold him back. But still, that's going to help Cedric out. You know, let them battle, like you said, and that will help Cedric pull away. And depending on how hard they battle, they might get into each other and put each other into the grass somewhere. We've seen that with Hunter and Cedric. The Hunter and Hunter went hunting through the grass.
The Hunter show ended up in the grass, that's for sure. Cedric's going through the final corner now. These guys heading to the S's. 7 to go for Cedric Hunter there, a 122.86. Great lap for him on his tires. See what Brad Delphier sets down, a 123.70 to Hartwell's 122.55. Yes, Cedric Hunter only 3/10 slower than Hartwell. So he's done a great job of managing that gap, about 9 seconds back to him with 7 to go. But the battle's going to be for second.
Oh, and a battle back here, I do believe. Yep, we got Steven Leffler and Braden
do.
Kress. These guys are all over each other.
Leffler's ran him down.
And Leffler's got better. He's got about 5 laps better tires. Yeah, yes, he does. 5 laps better tires than
Well, that's going to
Kress.
be a battle then.
Oh, yeah, look at Steven. He's coming.
This is a battle for a top 5 position here. And very critical for their points. Any position you can gain will help you out throughout this season, as they are nearing the end of this Truck Series season. What a battle here too, man. These guys all on top of each other. Cedric coming around this time, 6 to go for the leader, as these two battle back here on the other side of the racetrack.
Leffler's all over him.
Yes, he is. I tell you what, Hartwell's all over Delph now too. We got 2 simultaneous. Oh, look, here comes the 72. Ooh, little look. Great run between the
battle up here with these guys you just saw.
Yeah, second and third. He done down. He got Hartwell to the back bumper here of the 14. See if he can set him up here for a pass. Had a good lap time, but last time by, had a 122.33. It's been about a second quicker than Delph, but the pass is the hard thing to make. As he backs it up right here, trying to get the big braking zone run on him here. This is the corner where you set up your passes. Right here on the X's, we'll follow him down gears. They go through the gears. Looks like Delph actually pulls him. So yeah, not the greatest turn there for Brandon Hartwell.
I tell you what, bravos to Bradley, man. Whatever the turn of events are that's going to end here tonight for this guy, I got to give him a shout out. I mean, honestly, wow, good job, good job, sir.
He's had a great race, almost completely mistake free. Just a little slide here and there as they come out the final corner. Oh, Delph.
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
Saves it, though. That lets Hartwell get by, but I tell you what, that's bigger
that's fine.
than spinning it. That's better than spinning it.
Yep. Yeah, do you want second? Of course, but, you know, I'll take third. I know how you feel. I always ran Bristol and always finished in the top 5. Could never get past 5th place.
Now Hartwell up into the second position, about 8.5 from leader Cedric Hunter with 5 to go. If I'm Cedric now, I'm putting it in major cruise control. This is he's got to run you down 2 seconds a lap if he wants to run you down, and I tell you what, you can back it up enough to where he won't run you down.
Yeah.
As even the battle there for 5th still raging on, as these guys are coming by the start finish line now for their 5 to go. With Koresh just holding on to this spot in front of Leffler.
Zoom.
Downhill is right here is where you can set someone up a little bit. Leffler had a little bit of a peak there going in that corner, but not enough to go down here. Around the corner.
I see a banana peel.
Watch out. Cedric Hunter has now took 4 to go. Oh, and I see smoke in front of him. So yeah, he will be having to navigate 2 lap trucks in the 11. Gotta do a good job of that and just take his time through here. See, he gets around Jason Adams. Nice, good job as Jason Adams lets him go by. Hartwell ran this. They ran almost identical laps last time. 123.18 for Cedric, 123.17 for
Wow.
Hartwell. So Cedric here, we coming to 3 to go. He's just got to continue what he's doing. He's got Robbie Darnell next to pass, and then he should have clear selling for the rest of this race.
Did you say shelling?
Selling.
Oh, it sounded like shelling. It sounded like you said clear shelling.
Oh, and I think Leffler's about to get to Caress's inside. Oh, they're racing hard. Oh, look at this battle, too. They got 4 to go for themselves. As Cedric's going to cross the line here to go to 3 to go.
And Steven's been, he's just been, what, 6 laps now he's been trying to get around Caress. He's on him, but he just doesn't have enough, or he just doesn't know where he wants to make that move at.
That's the question, Robert. You can catch somebody at a road course sometimes, but you got to set up that pass. As well, I think he's got a good run
right
here. And they're going to go side by side with the lap truck.
Oh, boy. This is going to be interesting. Who outbreaks who? And nobody outbreaks him. Oh, my goodness, Zach. Look at this.
Oh, side by side through the S's. Leffler's going to have the preferred spot here, but then Caress will have the preferred spot in the last corner. As will be coming to 3 to go. Side by side. Who gets the power down? Leffler looks like he gets it down. He's going to clear and take that 5th position.
Finally, he worked him about 8 laps.
That was a great move by him, too. I look at Brad Delph there running the 3rd. Hartwell up to 2nd. Cedric Hunter here coming by this time to get 2 laps to go. A 123.5 for him, a 122.5 from Hartwell last time by. We'll see Hartwell what he runs here. Another 122.8, so he took us almost about a second there out of him, but I think Cedric was trying to navigate the lap traffic very smartly here with 2 to go. He's got a 7-second lead. He has to catch you 3.5 seconds each lap if he wants to have a shot at you.
Not gonna happen.
You gotta back this thing down.
Yeah. There's no need to push it now. Just run steady, be easy. Damage don't seem to be hindering his vehicle at all.
What a drive it's been for the... Oh, look at the 24. Ooh. He went straight off. Oh, no, as he come back in front of Hartwell.
Hey, let's not have an interview with Jason. He wasn't a fan of this track.
Yeah, it's a tough one, man. It's a very tough racetrack. That's for sure. As Cedric comes through for the penultimate lap here through the S's. Back to the left-hander, back for the right, and we can see the white flag come out here as Cedric Hunter needs to make one final lap around the Canadian Tire Motorsports Park, as a Canadian might win it.
That's what I was going to say. I bet that would feel really, really good. Went on his home state track.
And he pulled time with Hartwell that time, so did a great job there. 7.3 second lead. Just got to hit your marks at this point.
Yeah, don't overdrive it. There's no need to overdrive it. So, Brandon's out there on Facebook chat, though, real quick. How's that VR working out for you there, bud?
Not good.
Seasick?
No.
Okay. We'll talk about it afterwards.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, back to the race.
Technical issues.
Okay.
As Cedric Hunter final time down the long straightaway, you can see all the way back to Hartwell. He's not going to be close enough. He's got to make it through 3 more corners here. 1 right-hander, another left-hander, then the final right-hander, and he will win here at the Canadian Tire Motorsports Park. Here he comes to the final right-hander. Cedric Hunter, after starting 10th, not qualifying here, will be your winner here tonight in the number 11 machine. Congrats to the boy there. what a run for him as he was able to bring it home after that strategy. Hartwell brings it home in second. Looks like Brad Delph coming around the final corner now will bring it home in the top 3 position. What a race it was for him too.
Yeah, great running for him. Back-to-back weeks. Good job. But all right, congratulations.
What a race.
Whew. Big time. Now they got to pace all the way around.
Yeah, I'm sure Cedric's got to be pretty happy with that. I can't even think of a time he's won on a road course. Man.
I don't recall. I don't think he has.
I don't believe so. I think he'll be pretty ecstatic about that.
Finally check that mark off your sim career. You got a road course win, right?
I'm trying to think if he has. I really don't think so.
I don't recall the past 2 years of me knowing him winning a road course, or 3 years, unless he did it on official server, maybe. But I don't even think.
Anything there either. So this is a first time for him. I'm sure he's pretty happy, and especially a Canadian Tire. I mean, being a native of the land here in Canada, he's got to be pretty happy. He better get some pancakes after this race.
I'll take some pancakes. I'm hungry now.
Right.
Oh, and what is it? Now that's how you do a victory. Oh, and well, okay, and famous Cedric spinning it backwards, spinning it out against the wall. As we'll watch here. All right. Well, congratulations again to the drivers here, top 3. As we'll get everybody ready for post-race interviews here with Sim Racing Unleashed at Canadian Tires, and we will be right back less than 3 minutes.
All right, we are back here for our post-race interviews with our top 3 drivers here tonight at the Sim Racing Unleashed Truck Series. So let's see what these guys are thought on the Canadian Tire Motorsports Park. It was one well of a race, and we'll see what their thoughts are. As first man we'll talk to is Brad Delph. Hey, Brad, it's Zach up in the booth, man. You got a copy?
I got you.
Well, Brad, man, I gotta say, you had a heck of a race here tonight, starting at 3rd position, able to bring it home in 3rd also. But I believe you're one of the only drivers to really keep it on track all night. I never noticed you once. Off track, had a few little wiggles here and there, but that's to be expected here, with these stock cars around a road course. But man, how did you able to manage that, and how was the night overall?
Yeah, that was pretty much my goal going in, was to just keep it on the track and just try to run a nice smooth line, not get too hard on the gas, get it loose, and it worked out.
It definitely did, Brad. You were up there all night contending for this win as guys were having mistakes all around the place up there in that top 3 to 5 positions. So, yeah, what a race it was here for you tonight. We head Sunday to the Roval, Brad. What's your thoughts on the Roval and how do you think you can do in the Cup car run there?
That one's going to be a bit tougher for me probably, but I'm hopefully I can work out something there.
Awesome stuff, man. Well, congrats on third here tonight. It was a great run for yourself, starting at third position, able to bring it home in third and keeping her on track all night long. So, congrats on that. That's a heck of an accomplishment around here at Canadian Tire. Anybody wants to shout out to before we let you go, Brad?
Sure, I'd like to shout out to all my family, especially my Uncle Jerry, if he's watching tonight. Hope you're doing all right, buddy.
Awesome stuff, Brad, bud, and we will catch you on Sunday.
Sounds good. Thank you.
All right, that was Brad Delph there in the 14 machine, able to bring home the third position here at Canadian Tire. Congrats to that. Now we'll move on to number 5 of Brandon Hartwell here to see what his thoughts are on getting second tonight after sitting on the pole and having multiple mistakes, but being really one of the quickest drivers out here by far. Hey, Brandon, Zach in the booth, man. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
Hey, Brandon, man. Well, what a up and down race it was for yourself, man. Sitting on the pole, having the early spin, and then having 2 more spins after that. But you were able to bring it home still in that second position with a heck of a pace all night in that 5 truck. How did it get away from there? And if that last spin wouldn't have happened, I think it would have been kind of close there for the win there. So, what were your thoughts on that?
To the second place. Yeah, I was just pushing way too damn hard on the first lap, which I shouldn't have been, and just whipped around on me. And then, yeah, 2 more times, just pushing.
Yeah, well, it's really easy to do. I brought that up all night. It's very easy to make mistakes, especially on a track like this, up and down, elevation changes, and not many runoff areas there for you, mostly grass and dirt. So it's really easy to lose it, man. So tough night, but at the same time, bringing home a second, you are able to recover pretty well with the pace you had. We head to the Roval on Sunday night in the Cup car. How do you feel about the Roval after the pace you showed here tonight?
I've been doing a lot. Well, I ain't been on iRacing too much, but when I have been, it's been strictly road courses. Roval, I didn't practice at all here. I think this is the first time I've ever been here in the trucks, and I can't believe I was that quick.
Well, tell you what, if you've been practicing at the Roval and you're this quick tonight in the truck, just stepping on the track here tonight, you should do pretty well here coming up this Sunday night. So we'll have to be watching for the 5 car there on Sunday night. Brandon, anybody want to send a shout out to me before we let you go and get ready for the Roval on Sunday night?
Shout out to the league for putting on good racing. You guys for putting on a hell of a broadcast. Thanks, guys.
Hey, thank you, Brandon, and we'll catch you on Sunday, man. All right, that was Brandon Hartwell, your second place finisher here tonight in the 5 machine. Now we'll move on to the hometown boy of Cedric Hunter here, the Canadian himself, winning that Canadian Tire after really having one big mistake all race and then able to recover pretty well from it. And man, what a race it was for him in that number 11 machine starting in 10th. Let's see what his thoughts are. Hey, Cedric, is Zach in the booth, man? You got a copy.
I'll do, my brother.
Well, I tell you what, dude. One heck of a race for yourself, starting in the 10th position. No practice, no qualifying. Just hopped in here. It's been a while since I know you've ran here, but you know, even thinking back in all the time I've ran with you, have you even ever won a stock car race on a road course?
That's a really good question. Maybe back in the Racing Freaks days, Watkins Glen and the B car, but probably I don't know. I don't think I've won one of those races. I don't know. I couldn't tell you. Possibly, it might be one of my first or the first.
Well, like I say, we were talking about strategy before this thing. Robert asked me, what did I think you were going to pit? And you actually nailed it on the head right where I said you should pit. And I think the other guys made a huge mistake by waiting longer. Because the times just seemed like once you got to a 122 or 123, you guys just kind of stayed there.
Yeah.
Of course, you pitted on lap 21. Hayward stayed out to 25. He comes out right in front of you. You both go into the grass a little bit. That was a pretty wild sequence there, I know. Then the move to the inside there, going into the S's, just the fake look. made him overdrive it. Was that the thought process going into that corner?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, I had the pace throughout I felt like the long run. I was probably the fastest truck out there tonight. Made that pretty big mistake of spinning out with Hartwell there. I want to say probably lap 10-ish in the shoot, I forgot the name of that corner. I guess the hairpin. Yeah, the hairpin. Yeah. We both kind of synchronized spun there. So I had to kind of catch up the whole race, and so yeah, I decided to short pit since I know from past experiences that normally works pretty well. Short pitting on short tracks is kind of the way you want to do it. And then yeah, when I came off pit road, almost side by side, kind of, or like Hunter was, yeah, we were kind of side by side. Just you know, I knew that if he got in front of me with those fresh tires, it was going to be game over. As you kind of saw Hartwell run me down there on the last run, is just, you know, it does matter. Yeah, short pitting just to kind of put me in the picture, and that fake there going through the S's was intentional. I wasn't planning on actually sending him into the corner, or, you know, I was planning on hopefully scaring him, and that's exactly what happened. When I saw him just shoot straight into the wall, I honestly felt bad for him. He definitely had the pace tonight. Was probably the favorite. Didn't make a single mistake except for that one, which, you know, cost him the race. So sucks for him, but you know, I still want to tell him that, you know, he did a really good job. I know he'll be a threat on Sunday, so it should be fun.
Oh yeah, for sure he will be. Definitely a great race for himself. Just making that small mistake after leading most of that beginning phase of the race. I tell you what, man, we go to the Roval. I know the Roval is not your best track, but do you think you can pull some type of performance like this there, where, you know, other guys making mistakes around you, and you know, maybe there to steal it when it all comes down to the very end, just on being, you know, nice and clean?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, ran a race there obviously in our other league not too long ago, maybe a month and a half-ish ago. So I have I have the track time. I need to throw in consistency in there, and that's kind of where I struggle. So just as much as I think that we'll see a lot of mistakes come from other people, I expect myself to probably make mistakes as well. If I could keep it clean, hopefully, you know, not spin or not do anything kind of stupid. Yeah, I mean, I think a win is definitely possible. Do I think it's probable? Not really. But, you know, we'll see. Anything could happen.
Very true. Anything can happen, my friend. Congrats on winning here in Canada, too. That's pretty cool.
Heck yeah, my home track.
That's right, man. Definitely awesome to see there. I know you'd be pretty excited about that one. Before we let you go, man, and celebrate, anybody want to send a shout out to here for this victory here tonight in the Category 5 Esports Truck?
Absolutely. As always, want to shout you guys out at Freaky Fast. I know you guys put on a really good broadcast every single race that you guys do. I can't wait to go back and watch it tonight. I want to shout out all the league drivers, league admins, and everyone that allows me to do my thing here on Wednesdays and Sundays. I want to shout out my team Category 5, you know, for not only being a sponsor on the truck, but also, you know, allowing me to also do what I do. And you know, you guys are a great group of guys. Speaking, you know, Zach, obviously one of my teammates at Cat 5, so I appreciate everything he does and everything that the rest of the team does for me. And I want to do shout out and, you know, say thank you to all the fans out there that support not only the league, but and Freaky Fast, but also myself. I know that especially on Sundays, there's a lot of fans out there that like my Hello Kitty scheme. So hopefully we have you guys rooting in the chat on Sunday.
Awesome stuff, buddy. Congrats on the road course victory, man, here tonight. You joined the Category 5 Brotherhood tonight. So that's kind of our stomping ground. So congrats. We're proud of you, and we will catch you on Sunday at the Roval, buddy.
Thanks, man.
All right, that was your winner here tonight, Sarah Connor, in the number 11 truck, able to bring home the victory here at Canadian Tire. And what a race it was for him, going from 10th to 1st as we pull up our race results now. As you see there, Cedric Hunter bringing home the win in the Category 5 Esports Truck. Second, we'll go to Brian Hartwell. Third, there is Brad Dell. Fourth, there after that unfortunate little mistake, is Hunter Hayward there in the 4th position. Fifth, it will go to Steven Leffler. 6th is Braden Caress. 7th will go to Gomez. 8th, there is Robbie Darnell. Ninth is Jason Adams, and rounding out your field in the 10th position is Justin T. Campbell. And that is our race results here for tonight at the Canadian Tire Motorsports Park. So congrats to these guys. What a race it was here for everyone. But man, heck of a race, Robert. Man, that was really fun to watch, and just all types of stuff going on all throughout the field.
That is correct, man. Well, it was fun watching the battling from back in Stephen Leffler, Brendan Caress. They battled it hard. Brad Delth had a great run. Congratulations to him. Unfortunately for Hunter, it didn't all pan out the way he wanted it, but it was great battling there in the beginning of the race and watching him pull away. He had the speed, he had the talent, and sometimes pressure gets to you. But all right, man. Well, we're gonna pack up our stuff and get ready to head off to Charlotte, as these guys will be taking on the Roval in the Cup side of things in their playoffs as they wind down their season on Sunday night here very shortly in the next coming weeks. So we will be off on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, and we'll catch everybody out there and chat on Sunday night at 7:50 with Sim Racing Unleashed. So be safe for the rest of the week, and then me and Zach like to say, God bless everybody. Love yous all. Peace out.
Bye, everybody.